My name is Zachariah Highgate, and I am gratefully different. The harborfront has always been a calming place for me. The sounds of the boats sailing by, the smell of the lake water, the way the sun makes everything sparkle just a little bit brighter. It's all so special to me. Prior to the pandemic, there were many evenings after work where I would travel here, taking in the sights and enjoying the tranquility. I always felt grounded and relaxed, regardless of how stressful or busy my day had been. Looking back, those trips reminded me of how much I enjoyed my alone time. Growing up being bullied for many things, including being mixed, I always wanted a group of friends that I could feel secure around. I didn't have that sense of safety with my peers when I was younger, and I continue to see how that affects me today. While I have incredible friends in my life now, feeling like an outlier as a child changed how I looked at alone time. When I'm at the harborfront, I relish in it. I walk around without a plan, trusting where my feet will take me. Sometimes I think of music I plan on making and bring instrumentals on an MP3 player to listen to. Other times, I choose the sounds of the city or the brisk tapping of my footsteps on the concrete. I don't feel pressure when I'm here. I can think a lot or not at all, and either way is okay. It's also a great place to visit when my heart is heavy and I need to reflect on things in my personal life. The harborfront doesn't judge and doesn't expect me to have an answer by the time I inevitably return to the streetcar to head home. Still, I sometimes judge myself. Is it weird to walk the harborfront alone when its usual occupants are couples, families, and friend groups? Even those who come to bike or exercise usually have a friend or trainer in tow. It can sometimes feel strange to live in a society that outcasts the same people it judges for not being part of some collective group. I grew up feeling ostracized and misunderstood, so I think that's part of why I enjoy my alone time as much as I do. When I do find myself feeling sad about it, I try to remember that my journey was always meant to be unique, and trying to fit in will only hurt more than heal any residual sentiments I live with. While it would be nice to find a place where I'm completely accepted, I recognize that I'm meant to be different and somewhat polarizing. From my mixed lineage on the inside to my androgynous appearance on the outside. Accepting these attributes allowed me to grow and become the person, as well as the artist, I am today. With that being said, it is important to recognize that the harborfront resides on the traditional territories of several indigenous nations, including but not limited to the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. Falling under the 1805 Toronto Purchase Treaty and various water claims, the land was sold to European settlers for an incredibly low and unfair price. The idea of ownership over the land went against Indigenous principles of sharing, via the dish with one spoon concept and treaty, versus outright selling and purchasing it. For over 200 years, this treaty would be disputed until a settlement was made in 2010, which still did not relinquish or remove current authority over the land. Additionally, the Toronto Islands across from the harborfront were not included in the initial treaty for this land. This only adds to the many examples of colonization and discrimination against Indigenous peoples in Canada. As an Afro-Indigenous person born and raised in Toronto, it is imperative that I keep these things in mind whenever I enter or access this space. Last year, I was able to support my cousin, Nathan E. Carson, at his harborfront exhibit. And this year, I was able to attend the Indigenous Fashion Arts Festival with friends. These moments of celebration for Black Canadian and Indigenous art mean the world to me. I am also looking forward to the future opportunities I will have to connect with artists here, specifically Indigenous and Afro-Indigenous artists like Aria Evans. who has been so supportive and encouraging throughout this journey of self-discovery I've been embarking on. As I sit by the water, watching different boats pass me by, I'm ultimately reminded of gratitude. I'm grateful for this place and the moments I will get to have here. I'm grateful for the peace this place gives me and the judgment-free zone it allows me to settle into. I'm grateful to the ancestors who lived here and passed down lessons that I can learn from today. I am grateful, yet I am different. I am gratefully different.